Hello, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Homebrew Review. You might be wondering why I'm wearing a gas mask. It's because I'm going to be drinking Smokey the beer, and I'm afraid it's going to be smoky. Smoky. So let's open it up. It's from Brau's. I have had Smokey the beer before. This is his second brewing of it, where he's changed a little bit of the recipe. He says ABV is between 4 and 5. Let's open it up. Oh, there was a little bit of smoke coming off there. Look at that. Look at that. You know what the funny thing is? Because I don't actually have a filter on here, I can smell the beer through the mask. Oh, it smells good. Oh, yeah. Little tiny bit of smokiness on there. Not as much as I would hope for, but it's there. Smokiness, lots of malt, lots of caramel, a touch of chocolate. Smells good. Let's try it. Cheers. That is much better than the first go. And chocolate, caramel, molasses, and coffee, and a beautiful roast at that. Those smoked malts coming off just nice and deeply roasted. Very, very nice. Keep your tail out of my balls. Very light, very easy drinking, very roasty, very chocolatey, very nice, period. I would say this is much better than the original brewing of it. From what I remember of the original brewing, it just wasn't my cup of tea. But for a smoked porter, this is basically where I'd want it. Not so much smoke that it's overpowering, but enough that you know that it's smoky and roasty. And that's the whole bitterness on the background, is the smoky roastiness. Forefront, just beautiful, beautiful porter forefront. Porter slash stout forefront, chocolate, some caramel, some molasses, some coffee, all that at the forefront, and just roasty and smoky on the background. Beautiful. You know what? I would love to use this on some meat. Base some meat, or even use it in a, you know what? This would go great in a pulled pork. I use a lot of beer in pulled pork. I use it as my natural meat tenderizer. So basically I would take my pork loin, throw it in the slow cooker, and cover it up with some beer, and the carbonation actually works as a meat tenderizer, and you get all the flavor of the beer. And as it boils throughout the day, you lose the alcohol. And when you take that cover off, you might get alcohol vapor all in the face, so you got to be careful with that. But you get all the alcohol out, and you're just adding flavor and all that. This would be great into a pulled pork. I would actually take like 2 bottles of these, pour them on top, and use that as my boil for the whole day. And it would just impart some beautiful smoky characteristics to the meat. It would impart some beautiful chocolate and caramel and coffee flavors to the meat. And then I would use a chipotle barbecue sauce that I make here at home, and that's what I would mix it with afterwards, and it would just be, I think, beautiful. So out of 10 on this beer, I would give this a 7.5 for sure. Why a 7.5 and not higher if I like it so much? Because you know what, it's not something that I would normally run out and buy. But if this was a commercial beer, I would buy it. I mean, it is good. I could get behind it. I could recommend it. I could do all that. It just doesn't mean that I would do it all the time. Good beer. Good work, brothers. Jared, awesome. Bye, guys.